All right, so welcome to another video, and today we're gonna be breaking down how I was able to help one of our clients grow from 0 to 30,000 followers on TikTok in just 90 days, only posting 60 pieces of content. All right, so you can see a screenshot of the account right here. She was at 32.7 thousand followers now. So just a quick background check on the client that we worked with. She is a health coach who focuses on a more holistic approach. And now there's a lot of coaches in this space. And so we needed to find something that kind of differentiates herself to other coaches who are also in the same space as her. And so what we found out is that she used to be a celebrity chef creating meals for celebrities like Cole and Dylan Spruce. If you don't know who those actors are, they are the actors from The Sweet Life and Zack and Cody. Another cool thing or cool fact about her is that she was on multiple reality cooking shows as well. So those are some of the key things to keep in mind when we're launching her content. Diving into the initial strategy here. So step one, we needed to do her brand strategy. Step two, how we can take her brand and create viral content frameworks around it. Step three is obviously the video production. Step four is the post-production, so editing. And step five is the promotion, actually distributing the content out. So the time required from clients, so this client's a little bit different. We needed to batch film and batch ideate all the content up front. So we spent 1 hour on the onboarding call and then 3 strategy calls to get 60 pieces of content so that we can distribute it in a span of 3 months. And so we actually flew out there and spent 3 days filming for this client. And I'll share with you on why batch filming or batch ideating might not be the best strategy when it comes to content creation, just from our experience with this particular case study. But the 90-day goal with this client is to achieve 100,000 views to her brand or generate 10,000 followers, as well as generate feedback and engagement for her content. And so by achieving these goals, we'll also, establish them as an industry authority. They'll also build a loyal following and build social proof of authority so people can trust in her expertise. And that's something that's very important when it comes to being a health coach. So from the effects of gaining followers and attention to your content, there are other secondary effects to it. So the first one is building and growing your email list. So whenever someone watches her content, they could actually opt into her email list. And within that email list, you're able to make offers and sell to your list. So really leveraging your following for promotion. That's a high level overall view of the 90-day goal. And so diving into the first phase of creating her content, step one is the brand strategy and the hero story. So we wanted to really create an influencer identity / hero story, really getting to know how she was able to achieve what she achieved, and also identify core audiences and create brand pillars, right? So for the core audience, we wanted to dive into who exactly is she targeting, right? And why would they benefit from the content that they're consuming from her? And with that, we need to identify the brand pillar. So once we have the hero story and once we know who we're targeting, what kind of content can we create to target those audience, leveraging her story? So just to give you an example, one of the brand pillars that we leverage is how to create healthy meals, because her being a health coach, she has a lot of experience in the culinary world, servicing big time celebrities, right? So that's just an example of one of her brand pillars. Another brand pillar is just her unique story and how she got to where she is, her experience in reality cooking show, just so we can really add that credibility to her name as someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to meals and healthy meals and all the dietary stuff. So once we established her brand strategy, we moved on to how can we create viral videos from that brand. So we looked at 60 different hooks and then a basic script outline. So some of the hook examples that we use, just using her or leveraging her expertise as being a celebrity chef. One of the hooks was I was a celebrity chef, so here's how to eat like your favorite celebrity, right? A lot of people out there want to know what celebrities eat so they could look like them. And so that's just an example of our thought process of why this was a great hook. And then for the script outline, we kept it very simple: the hook, body, and CTA, which is call to action. And we helped our clients script out the videos there. Hindsight, creating 60 ideas when she's first starting out to put out content might not be the best strategy. And again, you'll see why later on. I'm not saying don't batch film or batch ideate your content. In fact, it's still a pretty valid strategy. It's just don't batch or ideate this amount of content where it's 60 video ideas. And I'll explain again later on. All right, so moving on to step 3. So for the video production, there are some options: the in-person filming services or shooting from home, and we'll coach you to shoot. But with this particular client, we actually flew out and filmed all 60 ideas. And that's one of the reasons why we came up with 60 ideas, is because we knew that we had to fly out there and shoot all 60. And we did that in a span of 3 days. We set up the lighting, the audio, and the camera angles as well. And we just went to town. We shot all 60 ideas. And then moving on to step 4, which is the post-production. So once we were able to shoot all those videos, we actually flew back home and started working on the edits with our editing team. And so what we did is we edited in batches of 20. So the first 20 videos were fully edited. But before that, we actually gave out a sample video. And just to break down what the sample video would look like, right? This is our content or brand checklist. You can see some incorrect and correct ways of editing it. We really wanted to stand out in that first few seconds, because a lot of people, what they do nowadays with editing is, that Alex Hermosi style edit. So we really wanted to stand out on how we can, make her brand more unique and simple. And so we came up with a brand guide like this, where we really emphasize on the hook and subtitled all of it out. You can see right here on the right, this is the kind of the correct way of doing it. There's some different fonts and the blurred out background, and then the incorrect way of how to add the subtitle. But again, this is only for the first 5 seconds or the hook, and after that it kind of goes on to a regular video. So here's a sample video on what it looked like.
Have a lot of stress, anxiety, and trouble falling asleep? It might be gluten. Before I got tested to find out if I was gluten intolerant, I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, stress, and it took me over an hour to fall asleep at night. But once I discovered that I had an intolerance, it was about 3 weeks into coming off gluten that the stress melted away, and then it only took me 10 minutes to fall asleep. My skin changed drastically, definitely had less GI issues, and I got rid of a lot of my mood swings as well. Keep in mind, not everybody is gluten intolerant. It's about 1 in 8 or 1 in 10 people. Unfortunately, the testing they give you through conventional medicine doesn't pick up all the proteins, so you may come back negative for gluten sensitivities or allergies and still have issues with gluten. So DM me if you have any questions.
So that video was approved by our client, and once that was approved, we then went on to fully edit the first 20 videos. And so in the first 20 videos that we edited, there was a mix of content from the different pillars that we've helped created. There's some life stories in there. There was some food content, and there's some other pieces of content that falls under the holistic health coach niche. So once the first 20 videos were edited, we then went on to promote and distribute those videos. And so the first 10 videos went live, and then we scheduled the next 10. And our goal was to hit the first 10,000 views. And you can see here, we did just that. However, this number right here is a bit skewed because I took a screenshot recently. But when we first posted this video, it was hovering around 8 to 10,000 views, which is pretty good. And that's essentially the first video that went quote unquote viral, right? She started at 0 followers. And so after those 10 videos, we collected some of the data. After we posted our first 20 videos, we then proceeded to edit and post the next 20 and so on and so forth. But then we ran into a problem. So this is where the batch filming and batch ideating at a large scale could be a bad idea. Our goal was to hit 10,000 followers or 100,000 views on one of the on the videos. So a lot of the videos didn't gain a lot of traction, you know, a couple thousand views here and there. And then we got one video to around 50 to 60,000 views. And it was this video right here. You can kind of see now it's at 797, but at the time it only gotten, you know, 50 to 60,000 views, and it slowly grew to maybe 100,000 views. But after we posted around 55 videos, we were off of the 10,000 followers by 2,000 to 3,000 followers, I believe. And so we only had 5 videos left. Now, going back to what I said earlier, the reason why we don't recommend batch filming or batch ideating at a large scale is because once you have that content, you're kind of stuck with that content, or at least in our case, we were kind of stuck in that content. And what we should have done is actually review which videos perform the best and double down on those videos. And so at the 55 video mark, we only had 5 videos left in our queue. We decided to not post that last 5 videos. So instead of posting those last 5 videos, what we did instead is what we should have done at the start is take the best performing video. And that performing video was this video right here, which is how to eat like your favorite celebrity. And we decided to fully script out the last 5 videos that's related around this topic. And once those were scripted out, we then instructed her to film those 5 ideas that we created for her using her iPhone, not with any professional camera or professional lighting when we set up, but just to use natural lighting. And we really took a bet on those videos to go extra viral to get her to that 10,000 follower mark. So again, we really wanted to double down on the winning ideas, and we took the most viral video and created content or scripts around that topic that went viral and then gave them to her. So when we posted those new 5 videos, the results were pretty crazy. All those videos went viral, hitting 6-digit view counts, and you can kind of see here 2 screenshots of some of some of the videos that went viral. And it really skyrocketed her from reaching that 10,000 follower all the way to that 30,000 follower mark. So bottom line, the biggest takeaway is instead of batch filming or batch ideating your 60 or 90 videos, just test out your first 20 pieces of content and then double down on what is already working. Just to give you an example, let's just say half of those 20 pieces of content got a couple thousand views. The next 20 that you're about to film or ideate should be pieces of content that should be related to those 10 videos that have performed pretty well. Another thing you can do is do preliminary research. So when you do preliminary research, your first 20 videos can be ideas and content that is similar to what is already working in your industry. So for example, I like to talk about content. So what I'll do is before I create any content, I can see what other people are doing, see what their top performing videos are, and kind of remix their ideas and to create my own, right? So that's just another hack. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to learn more on how you can start streamlining your content, and not just any content, but content that goes viral on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, drive business growth, then you can DM me at Alexei Dela Cuesta on Instagram or shoot me an email. There's also a link down in the description below. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.